And welcome back to Echoes of the Wandering Inn, where the leveling never stops. I am Geoff Lalonde.
And I am Paul Morris.
And today we are diving into chapters 29 and 30 of the first book, The Wandering Inn. And we are going to call this episode, or not episode, sorry, this chapter, Surprise Party.
Surprise Party. And so this chapter begins with Killed getting reprimanded, essentially. Mm-hmm. No, sorry, I'm wrong. First, it starts off with Killed reminiscing.
Yeah, and it is very obvious, very quick, that even though Kilbert is kind of going through, like, you know, his day-to-day life, that he is, like, depressed. Like, unhappy with what is going on in the hive.
Yeah.
And then explains a whole bunch of, well, not quite yet, but just...
He reminisces about the Antonian War and wondering when the next one is going to happen. And he's like just thinking about being a guardsman and how he used to be a warrior.
And then he also calls himself Kilbukich Zyme of the Centennium, and that nobody outside of the Antenium now knew exactly what that even meant or why it mattered.
Yeah.
And I mean, quite honestly, we've heard the term Centennium before, I believe.
Yes.
And we've heard his queen call him Kilbukich Zyme.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it to me just seemed at the time like a term of endearment almost.
Or a last name.
Or a last name, but they don't really have that. So I'm kind of like, now, is his full name actually just Kilbukich, or is the Kazime sort of like an honorific?
I think it's an honorific, but I think it's like an honorific what they call, like, when they refer to the Centennium. Because I think that's a spoiler, but
I try my best not to.
But you would think, because he's really the only Antonium that we know of that has a name right now. Even the queen doesn't have a name.
Yeah, she's just the queen of the Free Hive.
The queen of the Free Hive. So Killed is the only Antonium that is in the story so far that we've seen with a name. I believe they've. So this is the first time that they've discussed other hives and the Centennium.
And then it hard cuts to Zavara being like, "You punched Relk."
Yeah, and he's like, and Killed is like saying like I apologize. I'm sorry that we are that it happened, and if you have to dock my pay or punish me, I understand. She's like, let's just say it's fine.
And it's funny because as this conversation is going on between him and Watch Captain Zavara, he's literally fantasizing about killing her.
Literally, I was like it's so funny because he is so committed to the Antonium that he's like he in the same thought he's like, man, I really like Zavara, but it's really gonna really suck when I have to kill her.
Right? He's like it would, right now it'd be easier. He could sweep the swords from his side and kill her. It was not the first time he thought that, but it was very rare these days. And he's like, but why? Why am I thinking about killing her? Why am I thinking about killing Relk? Like, why today? And it's like, oh, it's despair. Like, I'm really...
He's depressed, and we don't even know if the Antonium can be depressed, but he is melancholy about his hive and their what's the word I'm looking for? Like, progress. Progress in their goal, in which he kind of alludes to that the Antonium need to evolve.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, really, if you put yourself in his feet, from what we've learned in this chapter, they've been in Liscor for 10 years. He has been trying to do something with the Antonium that has not yet been done, and it still has not happened. It's been 10 years of dedicated effort of trying to do something.
Which is kind of revealed here is that the Antonium don't level like other sentient races. Like that him and the Queen are the only two Antinium that have levels of significance.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, I mean, we have a couple of Antinium in the hive that are level 5, but like children pass level 5 and can even get above 10.
And I think, and he's talking. He talks about this later, but I'll talk about this now. That I think this is true. That in this world, even though the Antinium are a sentient race and they can level, it's because other Antinium don't have that spark, that that personality, where like they do have individuality a little, like they can speak for themselves, but they don't, right? And if they get too self-aware, they turn into aberrations, start killing everybody. So it's more that like they can level. It is the, I would say, the wanderlust that they don't have. Yeah, like the want to expand their horizons.
Yeah, and something else I want to point out is that throughout the first, literally, the first half of this chapter, Kilbakich is like, it was despair. He was losing faith. He was so empty. And it's like there is something missing in Kilbakich's life.
Yeah.
That he is not being fulfilled with. He literally just feels like the last 10 years he's been, or maybe not 10 years, but like more recently, it's just like he's been going through the motions.
I think I don't know if this is chapter or next chapter. It's okay, but he does actually even discuss having the free the Hiveland send another prognigator to relieve him of his duty.
That is, I think that is not this chapter.
It can't be the next chapter.
It can't.
I don't think it's the next chapter.
I don't think it is either.
No, he does say in this chapter. He does say he discuss the other hives in his head. But either way, so
anyways, Kilbakich ends up coming back, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Watch Captain. You were saying," and Watch Captain's just like, "Are you okay, bruh? Like,
did you sleep enough?
Are you feeling all right?
Are you tired?" It's like, I did not rest well.
I may have received less than adequate sleep, Captain. And of course, in true Kilbakich fashion, he's like, "Feel free to dock my pay if you feel it's been." And she's like, "No."
If I reprimanded all the senior guardsmen for punching Relic, I would have had reprimand this guard and this guard and this guard. We'll just say Relic deserved to get punched in the face.
Yeah, and if nothing else, like, it was real good for a laugh. Thank you. I really needed
it. If he wasn't such a good spearman, I would have fired him so long ago.
Yeah, I have no time or energy to deal with half the bull crap he pulls. And then so she's like, "All right, well,
I'll walk you out."
Well, yeah, let me walk you out. Like, it's the end of the day now. I'm heading out.
Are you going back to your hive?
Chit chat, yeah, like chit chatting.
And they're walking down the staircase.
Quiet, get ready.
And Kelb's like, "Okay, I guess this is it. This is when they jump me. This is when the war happens." And I'm like, and I even have my notes like, is it PTSD or his warrior instinct? Is it like both of those things? Because like he immediately jumps to, "Oh, I guess I'm killing all my friends."
Yeah, well, the thing is, I truly feel like as much as Kilbakich has put time and energy into building a relationship with the people of Liscor, it's a front. He has never really truly felt comfortable here. Because he let's be honest, is living two totally separate lives.
Yeah, and the thing that I very similar, the front. I heard. I don't know if it was you. Maybe it was you that's discussing with me, but it might be somebody else, that like how the Antinium are a very good allegory for people on the autism spectrum, where like that Kilb is always masking, like that, like he's senior guardsman Kilbakich. Or the Slayer,
yeah, or the prognigator of the Free Hive, right? Like he's got so many hats, and he just masks and puts on a new face. And also, and the allegory of autism here really stands high and loud and true, because it just based on his conversations
with Zavara,
and what is about to come up with the like how he just like, I didn't really know how to respond, so Kilbert just learned that honesty is kind of just the best thing, and everyone laughs at him for being honest.
Well, yeah, like even when like far long ago when they were arresting Pisces, he was very blunt,
Mm-hmm.
like you're no danger to me. I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah. Anyways, it turns out that it's actually a big surprise party for Kilb for his 10-year anniversary of coming to the city
and being a guard. But like right as they get to the lower of the guards barrack,
mm-hmm.
he sees everyone say surprise. Kilb's like they note that only like
Zavara and like a few other people,
the like hard like Jace and maybe Ralph. I think they say Ralph.
I don't think they mentioned Ralph.
Okay, so then it was just Zavara and Senior Guardsman Jace that like notice his hand go to his sword, and then they're like, "Surprise! Congratulations on 10 years!" And it's like, "Oh, I was gonna cut all your heads off."
Yeah, and so they end up presenting him with a new badge, a bright blue silver badge for the Liscor's watch, and it allegedly looked very, very expensive. And the first thing out of Kilbich's mouth, which is quite honestly just like so funny, he was like, "Was my badge so poorly maintained that it's become an issue? Oh, you should have told me earlier. Relk, watch captain, I'm so sorry." And everybody just starts laughing so hard.
Zavara's like, "You didn't tell him? I told you to like put little hints of like, I did. I said we should end our thing early, talking about the old days and how crazy it was." And
he's like, I thought you were just trying to get me to buy you snacks and skip work again.
Which is true.
Very, very true.
And they basically say that like later this week they've booked it was Tails and Scales, or
Tails and Scales, which is a super, super high end establishment for both Drakes and Knowles, and like where all the cool kids go to hang out.
And then we'll all join you there later this week and have some drinks. And he's like, okay. And he just kind of like he leaves and he's thinking about like basically 10 years of failure.
And on this walk back to the Free Hive, Kilbakich, or we end up getting a name drop of Guild Mistress Tekshaya.
Oh yes,
whoever that may be,
whoever that is.
And then
he's like he's very depressive, and he's like, it's like 10 years of failure, 10 years here. What am I doing? He enters the hive, and he's like, it's like, do something,
say something.
And
where are your souls?
And the queen is like, what was that? What was the disturbance? And then something changes.
Yeah, and Kilbakich is just like so tired that he is not even aware that something is changing in the hive. His despair and loss of hope is just so large that he does not even recognize the fact that the hive has already begun to change.
Yeah, and that's where we go to the next chapter.
And now for a quick word from our sponsors. Us.
If you haven't already pre-ordered the Wandering In books, this is not actually sponsored, it's just us. We if you haven't already, book 1 and book 2 are going to be made into physical books, which are going to be 4 books, which is book 1 and book 2, which is book 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 physical books.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
You should be. I am very, very excited to get my hands on these physical books. I have literally the day that it was announced, I went and did my pre-orders. And I'm so excited to mark all of them up with a whole bunch of notes and scribbles about like foreshadowing and like different. I don't ever write in my books, but for these particular books, because
100%.
they are so like vast.
My wife does not know this, but I'm definitely buying them. She was like, so you don't need them. You listen to them. Oh, I'm buying them. I'm I'm doing it.
Or at the very least, you're going to put it on a wish list and have somebody else buy them for you for a celebration or
for
a
sure.
Book. So,
yep,
yeah,
100%.
Yep.
I'm gonna like. I think this might be the only book series that I'm gonna annotate. Like I'm like underline, highlight.
I can't believe Ryoka said this. Okay, and then the other things that we need to talk to you about are our Instagram.
Yes, follow us on Instagram. And last week, my Fabulous co-host created a YouTube. So we are now on YouTube. If you have a YouTube and that's where you listen to your podcast, we are on YouTube, and it's it's just Echoes of the Wandering on YouTube. I made a Facebook of Echoes of the Wandering. I've not posted anything yet.
Keyword yet.
But I will. I'm probably going to post it. My first post will probably be this or the YouTube. And that's pretty much what we got.
So follow us. Is the title of this message. And now back to our regularly scheduled program,
which is chapter 30, which we are calling "They Call Me the Slayer."
I wonder why. I wonder why we've named this. Oh, because this chapter starts out with not the Slayer. It starts out actually with workers. And oh my gosh,
it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
It's so cute because it starts with the fact of like literally building such a sad and mundane world for these workers, because frankly, the life of a worker is work.
Eat, sleep, shit. Eat, sleep.
Well,
sleep, work, shit.
technically, it's sleep, work, eat, work, eat, maybe shit. Work, sleep.
Yeah.
Like sleep, repeat.
I wonder why they don't love it.
Right? But, and it is totally just menial labor that they just go and do whatever it is that the queen is telling them to do, and just how quiet and boring and how much nothing that they have. Their lives are just surrounded by darkness and dirt. I'd say 24/7, but I don't believe that that's how time works.
Yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure they have 8 days.
24/10.
I thought it was 8 days a week.
That was 10. Or no, the months are 10. There's 10 months and
8 days a week.
8 days a week, something like that. Either way.
Yeah. Anywho,
but they're eating, and something new happens. The 12 workers that went to the inn are eating together, thinking about the time they spent at the inn, and the other Antinium are kind of like, why are they thinking about flies?
Yeah, and then and not only that, but they're just playing chess, and not only just playing chess. They're playing chess and then not getting up and walking away from the tables during the next shift of
people
workers.
Coming in. Yeah, they're just continuing.
Right. They're sitting down and they're just playing their game of chess. And it says they said that there was a line that was around the table where 12 workers, oblivious to all, just played, slowly taking a step as if weighed down by boulders. Workers coincidentally just happened to peek at the board, concentrating on the workers who had paired off 2 by 2 to play. And so there's 12 workers just sitting there, taking up space in the lunch hall, and just playing a game, oblivious to the fact that there are other Antinium just trying to come in and do what they're supposed to do in the space that they're supposed to be in.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty clear this is the beginning of something very seismic for the Antinium.
Yeah. And then finally they end up leaving, going back to their sleeping quarters, and instead of sleeping, what are they doing?
Thinking about chess.
Continuing to play chess.
Yeah, they talk about all the combos that they like, why combos are like this, or they think about wanting to go back to play with Erin because she has such good stuff, and as they're playing, other workers start watching them.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, but they're also like really, I quite honestly thinking about tactics. Like, why do you want to use this? Is it possible to win a game without ever moving a pawn? Is it possible to win a game without ever moving the king? What can be done? Like, what can be done? What's possible? What are different strategies that you can put in to win the game? And then then they're like, wait. I'm thinking about something that's not the work I'm supposed to be doing. Is this aberration? Am I an aberration?
No, I'm fine.
No, it's fine. If I was an aberration, Kilbakich would have killed me by now.
And it's interesting because they also think about why they like chess, and it's like the rules are very comforting to them, which is another thing that is an allegory for people
for autism, for at least the spectrum of autism.
Because I don't have autism, but I know people with autism, and even you have disclosed that you probably feel.
I'm not officially diagnosed, but I'm definitely peer reviewed.
And peer reviewed for sure. And it's like people on the autism spectrum really like routine and like things that they do in this order. And the Antinium are like, this is fucking sick. These rules are the best.
The best.
They basically listen to Kilb all the time, like, go do this, and that's what the Antinium live for. And it's altering them at a base level.
And then suddenly, now there's 24 workers who are playing the chess.
And they run on a board, so they just like
now they just started picking up sticks and stones, and it's like, who needs actual pieces?
We know what the pieces are and what they do. We just move them around.
And then one of the 24 ends up becoming aberration,
and he starts to freak out. He starts to stab himself, and then starts to I think he kills 3 other workers.
Six actually.
Just starts
before Kilb shows up,
and Kilb just goes. I think Kilb takes it with one slice, like just types his head off, or like goes through his chest or something. Dead.
Yeah, swung one blade once. Then he bent and carefully thrust the second blade down and pulled it sideways and ended that Antinium's life.
Bye bye. And then he doesn't even realize that what the other workers are doing. He just leaves. And they continue.
But before he goes, he glances around, notices the paper on the ground, does not connect one and one to make 2, and he literally just looks at them and he's like, clean up the bodies, get back to work.
Send them to processing, and they do. They process the bodies, which where do they take the bodies?
And they resume business as usual, but chess has started to spread like a disease,
like a really big disease. Like I think before they move on is 192 workers.
Yeah, they said by lunch they'd become 48, and by dinner 192. And then we shift to and then we shift a little bit in time. Aaron had taught them specifically speed chess, lightning chess.
Yes.
And that's what they were playing because it was the easiest and fastest thing to do
between working. And they continue to play and play and play and play. And this basically really shows that the Antinium are changing.
Yeah.
And they play and play and play and play and play. And until they come up with one best player.
Yeah, and they'd become 1,532 Antinium playing.
It's crazy.
Playing this game, I guess. I mean, I've said it once and I've said it before. I have I know the basics of chess. Anybody who has played a few games would still curb stomp me in a game.
Oh yeah, I would not. I made chessboard when I was a kid. I still have it. It's huge. I definitely I could not play it for my life.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been watching a couple of because we talk about chess so much and our phones are in the room. I'm getting like fan videos of this guy named Magnus Carlsen, who is apparently like the best chess player on the planet, and like constantly puts himself at a disadvantage by being drunk and other things and distracted
That's interesting.
to like give other players a chance and still curb stomps them. But like, thank you, Google, I guess, because I'm
Yeah.
learning more about chess now, I suppose. But in any case, finally they're like, "Hey, so you've won the right to go ahead and talk to Kilbakich."
Which he is terrified to do.
Just a little bit.
So this best worker, this best player, goes and knocks on Kilb's door, or goes to his. I don't know if they
private quarters.
Yeah, his private quarters. I don't think they have doors in the hive.
Yeah,
but he basically goes to his quarters, and Kilb is like, "Why didn't the queen tell me you were coming? I didn't tell you to come here," because he thinks it's aberration. He like literally holds his. I don't know if he actually like stabs him, but like puts the sword to his chest.
It just said he was poised to stab. And then I think it's so funny because before, like, we obviously know that. Actually, we don't know.
No.
But this.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, this particular Antinium, he refers to, or this Antinium refers to himself as this one.
This one, yeah.
So he says this one would request time off.
And this also, I'd like to, because they were specific, this Antinium is not one of the 12 that originally went to the inn.
Yeah. And then Kilbakich, obviously super, super freaked out, is like, why? And he's like, this one wishes to visit Innkeeper Solstice. And Kilbakich is obviously freaking the freak out.
And he's like, but Kilb realizes that like the way the Antinium is speaking and how he is not like actively trying to kill him, that he's not aberration.
Yeah, and so still on guard, Kilbakich presses him further, and he's like, why? And he's like, well, we want to play chess. What? Explain. And he is like the at least the voice, the narration sounds
ominous,
so angry.
Yeah,
like just so angry.
Explain.
And then it turns out that this Antinium, in whatever undisclosed amount of time that has passed since they started playing chess, has played a collective 15,360 games and has won like 54.5% of those games. So out of 15,000, he's won over 75,000. Oh no, that's not how that works.
Math is not our strong suit. We read.
We listen. Sure.
Either way, so he asks to go see Aaron, and he goes, "Go back to work. I will discuss this with the queen."
And then within an hour, they were off to see Aaron.
Off to the inn, and then we smash cut to the inn.
And this is where things get a little picante.
Yeah.
Erin is just hanging out at the inn all by her lonesome, as she do.
She's actually figured out how to try to make ice cream
and also far as just making sweet butter.
Yeah, just because it's actually quite funny because I'm sure Pyrodava, they did this on purpose, like because the last Ryoka chapter, they were able to make ice cream, and Erin's like, "Oh, I don't know how to do this. Like, why isn't this working?" Aaron, you're not, because I think she said she put ice cubes in it.
Yeah, yeah. She literally is just making butter. And fun fact, it's just a custard that you freeze. That's really all it is.
And she's like talking about like having to make food and like that she's so broke that she definitely can't get runes to make her food not go bad.
Yep. And then suddenly the door opens and she's like, "Oh, I was just talking about Pisces." And then she goes out and there's a goblin, menacing-looking goblin just hanging out there.
And Aaron is immediately on guard because it's not Rags. It's not one of Rags's people, and he's armed. She's like, "Who are you?" Because she can pick out the other goblins, and is not.
And then the perspective shifts again, and it tells you that Rags had been beaten to a pulp, like fractured bones. Even
they were only 4,
and the 4 goblins who had come, the 3 that came with Rags and had food at the inn, had been beaten up and
held down
basically, while the other,
because the chieftain is gone,
yeah,
and they all discussed, and they were outvoted essentially.
Yeah, and so there were 40 goblins surrounding the
They
inn.
were 4 and they were 40.
Yeah.
And they surround the inn. And Aaron's like, this is definitely not like he's not like Rex.
Yeah.
Uh,
and he was super just like full of aggression, ends up poking her in the stomach, air quotes stomach. But it was like a lot closer to a region a little bit on the south, and Aaron was like, "Hey, yo, stop it! I will hurt you if you keep going.
I will kick your face." I think she said specifically, "I will
kick your face in."
Kick your face in.
And then another goblin comes in,
and another one,
and another one,
and another
and
one,
another one.
And then
suddenly there were just a bunch of goblins in the inn, and
she's like, I don't think that they're not. I don't think they're here to eat.
I don't think so.
And then she's like thinking, shit, my knife is in the kitchen. I need my knife. This is not good.
And then she starts planning on like potentially running away if possible, but then she's just surrounded, and that's just obviously not going to work. And then the aggressive goblin picks up a chess piece, and
he's a bully,
totally bully, and just like he
starts smacking it.
If Aaron was a chess bully earlier on, this is a chess bully in a totally different way. And totally just breaks one of the Drake pieces.
Yep.
And then four goblins end up hearing that crack from the outside, and Aaron gets the first hit in.
Just fully, just like, and I love this about Aaron as a character. Like, as a character, when you see Aaron, like when she's described, you're like, she might be like a wimp, or like someone that like isn't she doesn't like to kill people, doesn't like to fight, but she, at this point, even in this story, she's just like, let's go. It's on. So she like throws the first punch, essentially.
Yeah.
And just starts cracks us. I think hits him right in the face.
Yeah. Breaks his nose. And then suddenly she's felt something.
She got stabbed from the side.
Stabbed in the side. And then she got stabbed again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
And again and again.
And then it spills outside, and she's like trying to fight them off. Like she hits a couple of them. And like basically just gets stabbed a lot. Like, and I love Pyrodaba in this, like, it's not a fight. It's like it's almost like very dramatic, because like Aaron's not winning a fight.
Yeah.
Right? She's basically getting murdered.
Yeah.
And it's like your heart is like racing. You're like, oh my god, what is happening?
Yeah. And then this big old goblin comes and stands over top of her, and with a broken nose, and then suddenly his head falls off.
He brings up a sword, and then his head's gone.
Yeah.
And Killed to the rescue.
And again,
like last time.
Orders the chess winner to hold off the goblins and start fighting.
I must protect
Aaron.
Solstice, Innkeeper Solstice.
Yeah.
It says something to that effect. And then it's just on.
Yeah.
It's just like Kill turns into a whirling dervish.
Feeds Aaron a bunch of healing potions to get her, like,
I think he dumps it on her legs and then puts it
in her mouth and helps her to swallow, because she is just so out of it from blood loss.
She's just been stabbed a bunch. And Kill just turns into a whirling dervish. Like the fight is on, and Kill's like, stay awake. And he's like killing them and killing all of these goblins.
And all the while, Kill was just like, fuck, man, this guy, this Antinium, who is like special and like shows so much promise, is dead now.
And they describe his death
vividly.
Like, he's not a fighter, but he's like biting and throwing and pinching all these people, and he's just like
fighting like a toddler, apparently,
like a big toddler. And he gets ripped apart, like blood,
totally covered in goblins, and ripped apart and bit, and just it was not a good time.
Basically, he fights his way to death, and I just like, and it's like it continues. Like this is a brutal fight.
Yeah,
and Kilb.
And it is to be mentioned that if it was just Kilbikich versus the goblins and Aaron was not there to be protected or need to be protected,
wouldn't have been.
Kilb would have wiped the floor with these goblins.
But because he has to protect Aaron, he can't put his back to the wall.
So he can't protect himself from all he can't protect or cover his own back. And so, with that said, one of the goblins ends up throwing a fiery, like basically a Molotov is how I imagined it in my head.
I think it's more acid, right? I think it's more of an acid thing because I think it's like it burns him.
Well, it says specifically that he threw himself into a burning vial that a goblin threw.
Yeah, like
it splashed over him and his carapace ignited. Not a drop touched the young woman with hazel eyes.
And then Kilb locks in and they call me the Slayer.
Which, I mean, really, is just such an absolute badass line. Imagine, they call me the Slayer. Oh, come. And he's invites them then to actually fight. Bring it on. Totally brings me to mind of, Neo in the Matrix when he just invites Mr. Smith to fight.
Brings it he does the I picture he didn't do this, but I picture it the Rock, where it's just bring it. And it's just, and Kilb, he's getting torn up. And he's taking out. There are 40 goblins, and he is fucking taking them out while protecting Aaron. Just cutting off arms and heads and just. Fucking
he ends up taking out 31
goblins
of the 40 goblins that were part of the initial battle.
And then Kilb fall and through this Aaron is kind of in and out of consciousness, and she sees this happen and she sees Kilb go down.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the Slayer has fallen. And he's killed all but 9 goblins of the 40. And
then Kilb basically says to Aaron, he's like, yo, run. I will hold them off for you, but you need to save yourself and get back to Liscor. As soon as you can see the walls, you're going to be safe. I will do everything I can to hold them off. And she's just like, no, I can't leave you. I won't leave you. No.
And he's like, you must run. There are only 9. You can run. You cannot run them. It's no. There's 13.
And suddenly there are 4 more goblins that show up.
Rags, who's covered in blood, and Rags' group rush them and just start biting and clawing and pulling them down. And Kilb's fuck it, and starts
going crazy. And Aaron even throws a knife and kills one in one fell swoop, with her unerring throw, not even and bar fighting.
This fight. It's a fight, but it's not a battle. It's a fight.
It's a brawl.
It's a brawl.
I would say.
Yeah, this is a fight for their lives because Kilb is bleeding out. Aaron is bleeding out. Mm-hmm. These goblins have got their ass kicked. Mm-hmm. And 7. 6, 5. It's boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and then Rags and her 3 companions, we'll say, end up chasing off the last few.
I think there's only 2 left, and then it's very similar to when Aaron killed the goblin chief, and she's holding Kilb, who's bleeding, and she's I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave you. And even thinking about it now, this is probably the beginning, the first part in this series that I cried.
Yeah, and because frankly, I was not expecting this.
No, I'm he's the main character. You're holy shit, he's dead.
Yeah, he's the first or second character that we meet outside of Aaron.
And he's bleeding. His green blood is everywhere. Aaron's blood is everywhere. The green and red blood is mixing, and oh my god, it breaks my soul listening to this part. And Aaron picks Kilb up on her shoulders, like a fireman's carry, and she's just trying to run, and Kilb says says forgive me.
Yeah.
And there's so much blood, and she's running, and Kilb says that the soldiers are coming. You will be safe. He protected her, and we end with the chapter. The queen.
Well, we end the chapter with Aaron literally fireman carrying and running Kilbakich back towards Liscor.
Yeah.
And then we finish the chapter off from the queen's perspective, knowing that Kilbakich had been slain.
Or we don't know he's been slain yet. He's still. She's like. She looks up. It's like Kilbakich dying.
Mm-hmm.
And like she doesn't know he's gone. We don't know he's gone.
Yeah.
And that's where this chapter ends.
And that is where this episode ends. And we are so thankful that you made it to the end of this incredibly depressing chapter.
Yeah.
We are so thankful that you joined us along for today, and invite you again to please give us a follow on the socials.
All those now our YouTube, our Facebook, our Instagram. You can automatically download this podcast.
Mm-hmm. If you are and if you are still tuning in, go ahead and throw into the comments whether you think Kilbakich's is his like full name or an honorific or something else.
We don't know.
Hey, and if you know, don't spoil it.
Don't spoil. No spoils. But until next time, keep leveling.